You are Locked On MLB Crossover, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right. Well, here we go. This ought to be fun. I am Pete Fox. He is Gavin Carlson once again in the dark. I can't wait to hear this story. Dodgers with a 7-2 win over the Angels tonight at the Ravine to split the quick little 2-game series for the Dodgers and the Angels in this freeway series. First one of this regular season, I believe. Off day tomorrow for the Dodgers before they head out on the road. So we'll break it down here for you. Of course, is the Locked On Dodgers postcast, Locked On Angels postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, brought to you tonight by the Tax Network USA. Tax Network USA is never too late to respond to your tax issues with the IRS. Don't wait, reduce your tax debt, and get help from a team of licensed tax professionals at 800-549-1000 or on the computer, the Googler machine at tnusa.com/locked-on. So Gavin, you called this game a bore. I thought this game was fantastic. Forget about all of that stuff. Let's hear your story for the night. Evidently you have a power outage going on.
Yeah. So if you can hear me, if you can see me, it's all a miracle because,
Are you working with a flashlight? Is that what's going on?
So I'm in the usual setup. If the postcasters from the Angels postcast know, they might be able to in the distance see the Angels flag. I'm in the normal setup, but yes, in Westwood, California, there's no power. It wasn't that hot, but apparently it was hot enough for there to be some power outages in the whole neighborhood. And so yes, not only am I using the hotspot right now on my phone to be able to produce this amazing content for everybody, but I actually had to go scooter to a hotel on UCLA's campus, and simultaneously the Brazilian national team for soccer, some of the best players in the world, are there in the hotel right now. So I was going to do the show from there, and I was like, okay, there's way too much going on. There's people trying to get autographs while there's soccer players in pajamas. This is a madhouse. Let's go back to my pitch black room instead and do the best we can. And so, yes, we are using a hotspot. Hopefully the mic sounds good, and maybe that was the most exciting thing, at least for Angels fans tonight, that you heard, because the game was, at least from our point of view, not too exciting. More of a return to regular Angel baseball.
Yeah, well, the Dodgers got it rolling in a quick, fast hurry there in the third inning, which I can take credit for on this one. My wife's granddaughter, so technically my granddaughter too, is visiting. She's the one that's a UCLA Bruin starting next year.
There we go.
And she was visiting, hanging out with my daughter, and she's a big sports fan, big Dodger fan. And she's like, what's the score? What's happening? And I go, no score, third inning. It's a pitcher's duel. We've got dual no-hitters going on. And within a minute or two, Gavin Lux hit that home run. So he broke it open with that home run. And then Biggio followed with a bunt single, which is nice to see. I don't know if you know, but some of the regulars know that I'm a fan of getting on base with bunts. I like it because it's old-fashioned, it's small ball, and it's not something we see all that often. Jeff, who is the host of Locked On Dodgers, along with Vince, is not a fan of bunting. We go back and forth on that frequently. But that right there was a nice piece of hitting or bunting from Cavan Biggio. And then Shohei with another bomb, his 23rd of the year. And then Freddie Freeman, I think, got on with the double. But, yeah, they opened it up pretty quick right there in the third because Plesac looked good up until that point. What happened there?
Well, if you recall yesterday, I told you I predicted a rough outing for Plesac. If anyone, at least Angel fans, remembers kind of lucky outing, his first outing of the year when he got called up from AAA, a lot of deep fly balls to the warning track. And sure, on the box score, it says, he only gave up 2 runs, I believe, on 2 home runs, ironically. But I think anyone who watched that game was like, okay, a lot of lucky flyouts that if they're 10 feet longer are home runs. And so I wasn't very confident coming into this one. I just feel like he doesn't really have great stuff, to be honest. Just a lot of off-speed pitches. And when he needs a strike, he throws a perfectly straight, four-seam fastball at only 90 miles an hour right down the middle. And so I think on the Gavin Lux home run, that's what it was. And then I think on the Shohei home run, I believe it was a changeup down the middle. So he doesn't have electric stuff at all. And that's why I was predicting him to get roughed up tonight, especially with the Dodgers getting woken up a little bit yesterday after the loss. And so, sure, he survived for a couple innings, looked okay. But, sooner rather than later, the Dodgers were going to find some success against him.
Yeah, the home run for Ohtani was a slider that went 459 feet on a 2-0 count. So you're right. Plesac had to come right down the middle there, and he did. And Shohei Ohtani took advantage of it. I talk a lot about the Shohei Ohtani swing, and when it looks bad, I think it looks really bad. But when it looks good, whew,
when does it look bad, Pete? Come on, when does it look bad? He's leading the league in like everything now.
There are times when he is, I get that he's super confident and swings at everything because he feels like he can hit anything. But, he'll swing at bad pitches and it looks awful because that flailing hip and that Jimmy leg and all of that looks terrible when he misses. And it's when he's swinging at a bad pitch. But when he swings at a good pitch and he connects, it just looks beautiful. So I don't know how the same thing can look bad one time and good another time. But that's what Shohei Ohtani does. He is a phenomenon for sure. That was another bomb. Yeah, you're right. He's leading the league and everything now. The average, where's the average? Did it go up a little bit? It was 322 yesterday.
321, so not quite up.
Wow, we went down. Wow.
What a horrible player. 321. Oh, man.
Just straight 1 for 4 tonight with the home run, his 23rd of the season. The OPS is over 1,000, slugging 632, and OBP at 398. So a good game offensively for the Dodgers. I thought as far as Tyler Glasnow went, a very, very good outing. He looked great early. He had a lot of sharp action on his stuff. 10 Ks on the night, mixed it up with a variety as he normally does. Four-seamer is his favorite, but he'll throw in the slider and the change and the what's the other one that he likes to throw? The curveball. That's probably his least favorite, but he does use it very frequently. So a very good outing from him, giving up the 2 runs, one of which was unearned. No walks. I mean, I think that's a big thing. Anytime a pitcher can go out and throw 7 innings and not walk a guy, you have to feel really good about that. Yeah,
I think it's just a matter of Tyler Glasnow is way too good of a pitcher against way too weak of an Angels lineup to be dancing around the strike zone, right? It's ironic. Every time Shohei came up, other than that home run, the Angels are pitching around him. Will Smith, we're pitching around him. Who do you need to pitch around in the Angels lineup? Nobody. So, yeah, Glasnow has great stuff, obviously. Just pound balls in the strike zone, 10 strikeouts because we can't really hit his stuff. And the rare times we do, you don't normally capitalize because that's just what the Angels do. Awful with runners in scoring position, often relying on home runs as their only source of runs. So yeah, Glasnow, he's obviously fantastic. And I mean, we saw it yesterday with a guy that the Dodgers didn't trust enough to go into the 6th or 7th inning. He was mowing through the lineup yesterday, right? It's just, it's common here on the Angels postcast, at least. We're used to seeing this lineup get mowed through by most pitchers, and most pitchers are not as good as Tyler Glasnow.
Well, we'll take the first break and come back in and get into a little bit of the bullpen performance for the Dodgers and some of the defense for the Angels, which was pretty good at times, robbing Andy Pages. And he even tipped his cap to Taylor Ward out there in left field. That was nice to see. This is the Locked On Dodgers postcast, the Locked On Angels postcast, doing a crossover here. Gavin Carlson and Pete Fox will hit the first break and come back and get into some of the bullpen action. I was impressed and happy to see what the Dodgers did there as well today. So stay there. We'll be right back. Not that we're going anywhere. It's just what you say, We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. Tonight's show brought to you by Stitch Fix. That instant confidence you get when you get a new shirt or a new pair of pants or some new shoes. I get it from shoes a lot. It always makes me feel like I'm, looking especially sharp. Well, that's what happens when you get signed up with Stitch Fix. They give you a stylist that helps you understand your style, your size, and your budget. They do it all online, and they send you the clothes. So you get a box full of new clothes. You can put them on and see if it's something that works for you. And if it doesn't, you can send it back to them, and the shipping is free. So helps you upgrade your wardrobe in the blink of an eye. Stitch Fix makes it so easy. There are people that don't like to shop. There are times when I don't like to shop. For the most part, I do. I tend to buy things that I don't need very frequently. This is another thing that helps you when it comes to Stitch Fix. You're not necessarily buying things that you think are a good deal or something that's cool just because it's on sale sitting right in front of you. So if you don't like to shop, Stitch Fix will do the shopping for you and make you look really good in the process. And again, if you don't like something, you just send it back. Shipping and returns and exchanges are always free. And again, they help you find your style. Let's say you're into wearing t-shirts or jerseys. Let's say you're a jersey guy, and every time there's a new City Connect jersey like there was tonight for the Dodgers, you go out and buy that and you wear it in the wrong places. Well, the stylist will help you help tell you when you can and can't wear jerseys like to dinner parties and such. So check them out. There's a lot of benefit that comes from being involved with Stitch Fix. Style that makes you feel as good as you look. Get started today at stitchfix.com/lockedon. That's stitchfix.com/lockedon. All right, Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, along with the Locked On Angels postcast. You can find us both on the podcast feeds wherever you find your podcasts. It's Locked On Dodgers, Locked On Angels. I am Pete Fox. He is Gavin Carlson. How about that play from Taylor Ward out there to rob Andy Pages of a home run? That one was over the fence. You don't see those come back very often.
No, and especially not with Taylor Ward. I think most Angel fans hold their breath whenever a ball is hit in the direction of Taylor Ward. It's ironic. Even in this same game, there was a couple different plays from Taylor Ward that Angels fans will be furious about. There was a line drive that dropped right in front of him that sure would have been a tough play, but because of how critical Angels fans rightfully are with Taylor Ward's fielding, they're going to rip into him for that. There was also a sac fly where, of course, he wasn't going to get the throw out at home, but throw it to third to cut off the lead runner. He didn't do that. So there was still the Taylor Ward experience in terms of multiple head-scratching plays, but yes, obviously you got to give him his props for robbing that home run. Probably the guy you'd last expect on the entire Angels roster, and I know we got his praise a little bit from you, being from the Palm Springs area yesterday. He got some praise because he did have the go-ahead RBI, the game-winning RBI in extra innings yesterday, and so, yes, we will certainly take that from him. We'll try to ignore everything else that we're used to from him and give him his flowers, because, yeah, it was a great play. It was a great play, and at the time, it looked like it actually meant something.
Yeah, and Andy Pages ended up getting a hit and an RBI later, so it didn't completely ruin his day. All in all, for the Dodgers, 9 hits, 7 RBI. Shohei Ohtani, the 23rd home run of the season for him. Will Smith went 0 for. He's still kind of struggling a little bit. Did have an RBI on a sac fly. He's batting .272. Freddie Freeman keeps the month of June rolling along for him. I believe his on-base streak continued. Unless he got on base last night, right? Yeah. So he had a home run yesterday.
He doubled today. Yeah. So I definitely extended it.
So he continues his on base streak for the month of June, which is awesome. Teoscar was 0 for, batting .254. Jay Hay 0 for 2. Miguel Rojas 2 for 4. So that streak continues, which he has now decided he doesn't want to talk about anymore. I believe it's now 22 games in a row versus losses. When Miguel Rojas gets a hit, the Dodgers win. Gavin Lux, the home run, 2 for 4 on the day. He's batting .216. And Gavin Biggio, or it's Cavan Biggio, 2 for 4. He's got his average above 200 at 206. Another name that Dodger fans may not be familiar with, because I'm not, because he is a 30-year-old rookie from Middlesex, England, Michael Peterson. Who is this guy? 6'7", 195. He came in and retired the 9th inning in order on just 9 pitches. Not an immaculate inning, but pretty damn dominant. 1K and zeros across the board. Have you seen this guy before? Where did he come from? Any idea other than England?
I've never seen him. I've never really seen anything like him other than, you said he's 6'7". I think there's a guy in the Giants bullpen that's like 6'8" or something like that. But yeah, that's some pretty crazy size. And obviously comes in a low pressure spot and just locks things down 1, 2, 3. It's nice to save the bullpen and use a random guy from England instead of wasting some real American arms, I guess. Works for the Dodgers.
Yeah, 30-year-old rookie. Yeah, no save, of course. But that's good. I liked what I saw from him. Hopefully there's more of that in that arm. And Vesia continues to roll. Went 1 inning, gave up just 1 hit with 1 K, 20 pitches. Keeps the ERA very, very sparse at 1.3. So what about the City Connect jerseys? Are you a fan of them in general, Gavin?
Of the Dodgers one specifically you're asking, or just the concept?
Across the board, the whole concept.
I'm okay with the concept. I mean, it's kind of a trend that's happening in all of sports. I mean, the NFL's been trying to use the throwbacks and the alternates more. I mean, the NBA, there's a new jersey every week because they're just trying to generate revenue and whatnot. So yeah, spice things up with baseball. Too often the sport gets ripped on for being behind the curve, being not cool and whatnot. So I like the concept. The only issue, and I don't know if you disagree, is that most of them suck. That's the issue, at least in my opinion, is most of the City Connects are terrible. I like the Angels one because it's not too out there, just nice cream instead of white. The font's a little bit different, but nothing crazy. I don't know how. I have a feeling you're not going to like the Dodger ones. I don't like the Dodger ones. I think they kind of are similar to the Angels in that you use the off-white concept, try to change it up not too much, but I think the numbers on the back look weird. I think the numbers on the front look weird. Some of the specs, I don't know. What do you think? I'm not a fan of the Dodgers specifically.
Well, yeah, I love to talk uniforms. I am a big fan of the stuff that you don't like. I like the louder, the better, right? I love the Miami Marlins. I love the Padres, and I think they should switch. I feel like the Padres stole the Marlins color scheme, and I don't think that's fair to Miami. They should have those bright greens and whatnot. But the louder, the goofier, the weirder, the more bizarre, monochrome. Like I talked about this not too long ago when the Dodgers were playing the Pirates in Pittsburgh, that I loved those uniforms from way back in the day, long before you were born, the 70s to be specific. The We Are Family, Dave Parker and Willie Stargell and those guys, when they would wear black from head to toe and they'd have those stovepipe hats on, or black and yellow mixed together, or then they'd sometimes wear the all yellow. I love all of that. The Dodgers, to the best of my knowledge, unless I misunderstood what I read, these City Connects are new and different from last year, and I like them a little better because they're a little weirder. I really did like that any single digit player, like Freddie Freeman, who's number 5, had the 0-5. I thought that was kind of cool. So for the most part, they made it a little bit more bizarre, and I think that's the whole point of it. I feel like they could do more with the Dodgers. It seems like there's just a lot of opportunities being missed with being Hollywood and whatnot. So I don't know why they've gone down this road of making them rather, boring and not terribly crazy. So I like the Giants one. Any of the ones that are kind of dull, like I don't like the Angels ones. I think they're too boring. I feel like there's so much more available out there, especially in Southern California. I feel like being Orange County, they could have done something with oranges and made them orange. That would have been really awesome. But they've missed the boat there, and I feel like the Dodgers have too a little bit. They could have. There's so much opportunity with Hollywood. I feel like they could do so much more with Hollywood than they have done. I like the anytime there's a dark monochromatic color. Milwaukee, I believe, has that. Colorado has some dark color. Arizona's are very cool. They spend a lot of money on their uniforms there with the Diamondbacks. So all in all, I'm a big fan of the whole thing. I get it. I understand why they're doing it. As you said, just like in the NBA, it's to create more revenue. You got to have different hats. I mean, I wear a different one almost every night here on the postcast, and I don't have one that's just the regular Dodger hat. I have plenty, as you can see right behind my head. Which way do I go? This way. That are the regular color, that Dodger blue, but I don't have the regular standard issue Dodger hat. I don't know if I should get one or not. Probably not. I love it when my regulars make fun of my Dodger hat with the big D on it and call me Dallas Cowboy fan. I believe that's BC that likes to do that. But
I've been seeing that. That's hilarious.
My favorite part. My favorite part of the Dodger City Connect uniform is the new hat. I think that logo is really, really cool. So I forgot what the meaning was. There is a meaning behind it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It does mean something. So yeah, I think all in all, it's a win across the board. I just feel like they need to ramp it up and get a little bit crazier. Maybe some more palm trees, or they're just maybe something with the Hollywood sign. Like, just have that on there. Remember, again, you probably don't remember this because you're 22. Those were the days, Gavin. The Hollywood All-Stars. They would have like Billy Crystal and all the actors. They would come and play a softball game every year, and it was a big deal. And they wore cheesy ass softball uniforms. I'm like, let's go back and get some of that incorporated in there. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the whole City Connect. I think it's cool. Dodgers with a 7-2 win to even the series, or split this 2-game series. They are off tomorrow. Angels, I think, have an off day as well, or do they play tomorrow?
No, off day tomorrow for the Angels. We'll take it.
Yeah, they need a ring now, right? 7-2 as the Dodgers improve their record to 48-31, 25-16 at home. Almost got that home record to 10 games over 500. Angels are now 30-46, 18-21 at home. We'll take the final break, come back, and put a lid on this one as the Dodgers get a 7-2 win over the LA Angels of Anaheim. He's Gavin Carlson. I'm Pete Fox. This is the Locked On Dodgers and the Locked On Angels postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube feed.
Once again, today's show is brought to you by Tax Network USA. Now, I said it yesterday. I'll say it again today. I'll say it every day. We at Locked On are all about giving you, 365, 24/7 coverage of your favorite team. We don't take days off. Even if the Angels take a day off tomorrow, on Monday, I'll certainly be back with the postcast. Obviously, there's the daily podcast. We are here 24/7 year round. But you know what else is year round? Collections season. Just because the season is over doesn't mean the IRS will stop coming after you for unfiled taxes. The IRS can garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, and even seize your property. Don't let the IRS target you. Let the licensed professionals and tax experts at Tax Network USA go to bat for you. And I don't think a lot of people know enough about taxes. I'm not going to, pat my shoulder or anything, but I was a business major at UCLA. We learned a lot about taxes in several classes. And I think people just say, I'm going to let an expert do it and hopefully things will go well. No, you need the right expert. And so with over 14 years of experience and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau, Tax Network USA has saved their clients over $1 billion in tax debt. Whether you owe taxes, have complicated matters that require tax planning, or finally hit that parlay this season, that's the best reason to have to file your taxes. If you finally hit that parlay this season and need help correctly filing, call 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. One more time, it's 1-800-549-1000 or visit tnusa.com/lockedon. Tax Network USA. If you need help with taxes, Tax Network USA. Oh, they switched us again.
Yeah, I think that's what happens. I don't know why, but that's the deal. We figured that out. Gavin Carlson, Pete Fox, Locked On Dodgers postcast, Locked On Angels postcast, doing a crossover here. We got some information here that's actually very helpful from the comments. First, somebody, I feel like Mr. Seabat is telling the truth here, saying that the lower east part of London is getting to be a hotbed of major league pitching, and yes, I drink. Maybe he's joking. You think he's BSing with that? I think maybe he's BSing. I can't believe I fell for it.
He probably is. I don't think there's much baseball going on over there.
No, there's another sport that's popular over there. Got a comment on my hat. They like my hat. Thank you there, Orlando. By the third inning, I was really craving a Pop-Tart. I don't know what that means. I just think it's funny. And this, I don't know if I believe this either, from Sammy Boy Smith. Stovepipe hats kept their heads cooler, so it has functionality. Is that true?
I think I believe that. I believe
right?
that. I think there's more space above the head. I think that makes sense. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I mentioned this on the Dodger Postcast that I had that black one for a while, and I would wear it to baseball practice when I played junior college ball, and I got made fun of so fiercely that I just gave it up. And then I got rid of the hat, and I'm really bummed that I don't have it anymore. So I feel like I have, not that I wasn't, for whatever reason, I was 10 in 78. So I was a Pittsburgh Pirate fan. For that year, I just jumped on the We Are Family bandwagon, and I got that hat. And kept it for 10, 15 years, and then got rid of it because the bill was starting to break down. I just wore it out. So that was kind of before wearing throwbacks was a thing. So I bet if I went on eBay or some other place, I could find those hats now without a problem, and get another one of those. But I have come to like the yellow and black one better than the all black one with the yellow stripes. So not that I'm a Pittsburgh fan or ever would be, but I just love that hat so much. And, nowadays it doesn't really matter. You just wear it because it looks cool. I can't tell you how many times I've walked up to people at the gas station wearing a Dodger hat and said, something to the effect of, how'd you like that game last night? Or what's the score right now? And they just look at me like, what are you talking about?
I have no idea.
No idea. Or I'll just say, go Dodgers. And they're like, what? So it happens all the time. I'm like, I could not wear a hat for a team that I don't like, a little bit. Right. It just seems weird. So people do it though all the time. The jackets are another thing, especially for like hockey and football. People will wear those big puffy jackets, and you'll be like, go Kings. And people are like, what are you talking about? Go Kings. You're wearing a Kings jacket. Oh yeah. Someone gave this to me. I'm like, yeah, right. Whatever. All right.
A lot of thrifting.
Yeah, I was just cold. 7-2 the final. Dodgers take care of the Angels rather comfortably after a 4-run third inning. There wasn't too much else going on for the Angels. They did post one in the fourth. Dodgers had a couple more in the fourth inning to make it 6-1, and then piled on. And some small ball. They got a sac fly run, which I like to see. You got to give a little bit of love and credit to Hope, who hit a home run. That's something. 406 feet. You got to find the bright spots, the silver lining here, right?
Yeah, no, Logan Ohtani home runs is about all we have on this.
Wait, hold on. What?
Offense.
What's his name? It's Ohtani.
It's Ohtani. Yeah, not Hope. Not Bob Hope Airport. It's Ohtani. Nice try, but
okay, cool. Sorry,
but
sorry.
No. I don't blame you for not knowing the name. And the funny thing is, it's probably one of our 2 or 3 biggest names on the whole darn roster. But yeah, Logan Ohtani home. It's funny you say small ball for the Dodgers today. Like I said yesterday, I'll say it today. I'll say it every day. The Angels, they don't have the roster to string together 5, 6, 7 hits in a row. We just want small ball. We want sac flies. We want to get on base with bunts. You were talking about earlier with the Dodgers. You have a bunch of amazing hitters, which is probably why the daily podcast guys don't want to see a bunch of, drag bunts to get on base. But we want to see that stuff. We want to see creativity. We want to see stolen bases and all that stuff, because we know we can't string 5, 6, 7 hits together. And tonight, of course, like many nights, the home run is kind of the only thing the Angels have done well this year. And they have actually done it pretty well. At one point, I think they were like second in all of baseball with like a home run in 90% of their games or something. And so they keep that streak going of having at least one home run in a game. But ironically, it's just about the only thing that happens. And yeah, Ohtani will take the home run. Just keep adding to the youth movement. We want to see our young guys do well. That's all we really care about right now. But that's all we got. That's all we got. And you got the true Angels experience tonight. You didn't get it yesterday. You got it today. Not great pitching, absolutely non-existent lineup with a home run here or there. And that's about it. That's about it. Pete?
Yeah, the chest pounding didn't last very long. Dodgers did a little bit of everything. As I said, a couple of home runs, some deep balls. They scored with a bases loaded walk to Will Smith. Thought it was a sac fly. I was wrong. It was a bases loaded walk. Freddie Freeman had the sac fly RBI there to make it 6-1. So sac fly, bases loaded walk, a couple of homers. Dodgers did a little bit of everything. It's definitely something you feel good about. And the bullpen came in and shut the door. Something else that I always enjoy because, as I've mentioned, I feel like that is a point of emphasis for the Dodgers now, next month, all season long into the playoffs. That is something we should all be paying attention to and focused on. And our final thought here today comes from Mr. Seabad. The Brooklyn Dodgers had a satin baby blue jersey that they used in the 44 season. They should bring that back. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Seabad. Or Seabad. I loved all of those satin blue jerseys back in the day. So many teams had them. We see them only now on throwbacks, but like St. Louis wore them. Philadelphia wore them. I believe Milwaukee had one. Atlanta. There were so many teams that had those, and they were blue pants with blue jerseys. That is without a doubt my favorite throwback jersey or throwback uniform of all time. It definitely screams 70s and 80s, but the fact that they bring it back on occasion is really, really cool. I love it. And if the Dodgers could bring those back on occasion as well, that would be awesome. But hey, whatever helps get them wins, let's wear those. But that would be something right there. If they brought those back and they went on a nice winning streak, would they stick with it, or is there a rule against that? You don't want to break the streak. So we'll see. But Gavin, it's been a blast. We'll do it again the next time the Angels and Dodgers get together. I give you kudos for fighting through adversity today. No power there. You're running on battery. You figured out a way to get on the air, and that is commendable. Way to go.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just glad that we made it through the whole stream without the one thing that would have been ironic is if the power came on and the lights came on and suddenly screens started flashing and stuff. It would have been like, oh nice, I have power, but oh wait, here goes the stream. So ironically, of course, the power is gone. We were literally laughing about how expensive the rent is where I am, and now you see what I'm paying for. No power. So there you go.
I told my wife that story. She's like, yeah, that's what it should cost. I was like, what? That's crazy. It's extortion what he's paying. And she's like, no, that's what it cost. I'm like, oh, geez. So, yeah, well, hopefully the Angels can find some of the ability to deal with adversity the way you did tonight. That's what
that was amazing. That was an amazing little segue right there.
Yeah, that's the segue we can build on at the end of this one for the Angels. Dodgers with a 7-2 win. Again, they improved to 48-31, 25-16 at home. Angels are 30-46. Off day tomorrow for both of them. Dodgers will hit the road, take on the White Sox on the south side of Chicago starting Monday. Who do the Angels have next?
They're hosting the barely Oakland Athletics. And so I think it's the only series all year where we will be the favorites in hopefully all three games. And who knows? If we don't sweep the A's, we're not sweeping anybody for the rest of the year.
And the Big Maple, James Paxton, goes for the Dodgers on Monday. He's Gavin Carlson. Locked On Angels postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. I am Pete Fox. Locked On Dodgers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. And you can listen to both of them on the podcast feeds, Dodgers and Angels. Gavin, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Have a good one and enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Take care, everybody.
I'm going to go over here. Wait, hold on. I got to get the thing. Sorry. Give me a second here. Yeah. Just, vamp. All right. Good night.
Take care.